Am I audible? Yes. Okay. Good evening. So we have seen the most important concept, religion, part one. So what I discussed in that class, I mean the last class which we discussed the day before yesterday was, so I started with the religion definition. So after definition, I went to the types of religion. What are the types of different types of religion? And in peasant societies, peasant and tribal societies. Fine. So this was the discussion we were doing. So what today we will be discussing is very important anthropological approaches to religion and some important concept which we are using in the day-to-day life, like what does ritual mean, what does myth means, what is the difference between magic, science and religion, where do you place these things in your life, and then we'll also speak about something called as sacred and profane concept, and we'll also speak about certain religious functionaries like priest, etc. All these things. Fine. Okay, so today we'll be going into this topic. So I welcome you all for UPSC CSE optional YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss most important concept in anthropology, because I will also show you at the end previous year questions, so you will understand what kind of questions come from UPSC. So what I will do is I'll arrange a special class, so where I will be discussing the previous year questions. So there I will give you the answers and key for those, how to attend those kind of questions. If there is any question in the examination, how can you attend those kind of questions, we'll be discussing in the special class. Fine. So we are doing this with India's largest learning platform, and you can download this app from Google Play Store or Apple Store according to the OS you use. And this is about me. I'm an engineer basically, but I have 4 years of teaching experience in terms of civil services. I have mentored more than 1,000 students. I'm an anthropology and I have teaching experience in NEET also. So for many people, the question arises, ma'am, I am not having any biological background. Can I choose anthropology? This is the answer. Fine, I'm an engineer, electronics and communication engineering, but still I am doing very well in terms of anthropology preparation process, because you just need basic anthropology, just 10 standard level of anthropology, not much. So this is plus and iconic. So plus and iconic, you have various benefits. You can use my code SUBA. So this code will fetch you a 10% of discount. So along with that, if you are having 6 months or above subscription plans, you can go for no cost EMI also. What is this no cost EMI? You can divide it into parts. So for example, you are choosing a 12 months plan of plus. So it is 49,500. So after 10% of discount, you will get a 44,550. Okay, so this you can pay with EMI, that is monthly payment, or how you choose to pay it. So accordingly you can choose. That is no cost EMI, is that you don't have a interest rate for paying that fees per month. What is the difference between iconic and plus? So most importantly, in iconic, if you see, you have live classes, test series, unlimited practice, structured schedule. Along with this is available in plus. Along with this, you have a personal coach, daily mains answer writing session, study planner, and personalized feedback. That is in class and out of class support. So that is very, very important in terms of iconic. So there is going to be a price hike very soon. So I want you all to not think much, don't take much of time, because act fast and choose all these benefits and start preparing, because you just have 6 months for your preparation for your examination. So this new year, I want you all to take a proper resolution that will support you in terms of preparation. Fine. So these are the batches that have started on 4th January. You have according to what prelims you are deciding to give. So if you are deciding to give your prelims in 2021, in 2021, if you are deciding to give your prelims, go for this 6 months batch. In 2022, you can go for this complete 1 year batch. In 2023, if you are planning, you can go for this 2 years GS batch course. Fine. Next. So you have these combos. You can go for UPSC GS plus and UPSC CSE optional plus, or you also have UPSC CSE GS iconic and an optional plus. So here also you can use my code SUBA Suba, so you will get a 10% of offer. Fine. So already you are given offer. Along with that, when you use my code, you are going to get very good offer. So choose wisely. Are you going for iconic and plus, or both plus? It is up to you. But the thing is, keep it in mind, iconic will help you in terms of personal coaching, personal help. Okay, not just the online classes you attend. Along with that, you will get a personal help. Top educators who have experience in terms of examination and preparation process will really help you. So that's what I told you, iconic price hike. So act very fast. Don't keep thinking. Okay, act very fast. So this is a special class session. See guys, I want every one of you to keep one thing in mind. What is that? See, your special classes are free. Your special classes are free. So what does that mean? Everybody can attend. So in YouTube, when I'm discussing the concept, parallelly I'm discussing the previous year question in terms of special class. So I'm going to start, my next special class will be, I'm going to exclusively discuss 2020 previous year question. Why should I discuss 2020 previous year question? Because you are all preparing for prelims. Without prelims, you can't go to means. So June 27, when you are going to write prelims, you have to prepare for 6 months. Leave 6 months. You don't even have 6 months. You have 5.5 months. So in that case, you should know how you're going to prepare. So what I will do is I will prepare this previous year question, and I will also give you a full strategy how to prepare for this prelims. Fine? Okay. Going to the concept. So last class, what did we discuss? So how many of you were present in my last class? Can someone tell me how many of you were present in my last class? Am I audible to everyone first? Please let me know if I'm audible to everyone. Fine. Okay. So let me not take much of your time. So last class, what did we discuss was, we discussed about religion, definition, what are the components of religion, what is the function of religion, what is the structure of religion, what are the important components in religion, and then we discussed about what are the types of religion in terms of different societies. We saw that. Today, what we are going to see is very important concept, because keep one thing in mind, in terms of anthropology, finally this, in terms of anthropology, what is very important? See, when you write a mains answer in anthropology, see, anthropology is very easy to understand. You won't have any problem in terms of understanding. And I also guarantee you, with that understanding process, I will help you in terms of proper understanding. But what will be the problem is anthropological part of writing. Anthropological point of writing. How will you give the anthropological point of writing? By mentioning anthropologist. So how will your question come? So you have something called as theories. Okay, we'll discuss theories. Theories is very beautiful subject in terms of anthropology. So when you study about these theories, you will have many anthropologists and their theories, the names of their theories, structural theories, functional theories, all these theories. So in this you will have the anthropologist name also. So if there is any question related to theories, you can write. But if there is any question related to religion, marriage, how will you write? Sometimes they themselves, that is the UPSC themselves, straight away ask you questions by linking any theory with religion. Like what is the functionalist approach of religion kind of questions come. But even if they don't ask straight away, sometimes they are implicitly trying to get the answer from you. So you should be very careful in writing the answers. So please mention the anthropologist, relevant anthropologist, their works, all these concepts. So today we are going to discuss the anthropological approaches to study religion. So we studied about religion from our point of view. So we spoke about religion, everything is fine. And what type of religion? I gave you examples related to most of the religions we know, and also tribal religions and peasant religions. I gave you some examples. Fine. Now, first is in terms of anthropological approaches, this includes psychological or symbolic approach, which is advocated by Sigmund Freud, functional approach by Malinowski, and evolutionary approach by E.B. Taylor. Very, very important. We are going to study psychological or symbolic approach by Sigmund Freud, functional approach by Malinowski, and evolutionary approach by E.B. Taylor. Fine. So what is evolution? Evolution means there is some change. So initially it was in certain condition, then it undergone some change, and now it is in a different form. So this change is called as evolution. So this evolution is positive or negative is different. But this evolutionary approach says that two people are talking about it. One is E.B. Taylor and Herbert Spencer. So E.B. Taylor in his book Primitive Culture, it's a very important book. In his book Primitive Culture, he is saying that animism is the ancient form of religion. Animism is the in types of religion, the first type we saw. That is anthropomorphic. Okay, belief in the supernatural sources which are anthropomorphic in nature, that is the supernatural forces which have the appearance of human beings. Okay, so that is what is animism. So according to E.B. Taylor, he has written in his Primitive Culture book saying that animism is the ancient form of religion. From animism came the fetishism. So fetishism is man-made objects. Okay, belief that the man-made objects have supernatural power is called as fetishism. From that he is saying polytheism arrived, and then from polytheism monotheism arrived. This is what is the theory of E.B. Taylor. What Herbert Spencer is saying is in his book called as Principle of Sociology, he is saying animism is basic to all. So in terms of evolutionary approach, two concepts, E.B. Taylor and Herbert Spencer, both are saying that animism is the basic first thing, and then came all types. Fine. But whenever you talk about certain theories, you should definitely talk about criticism. What is the criticism of evolutionary theory? First and foremost thing, without field work, how can you give proof? Okay, there is no source of data. Here they are saying that this has evolved like this, everything. But did they do any field work? No. Without field work, you speak about anything, it won't be right. Next, Taylor created philosopher out of early man. So Taylor is saying that early man was a philosopher. See, early man's problem was survival, how to get food, how to protect himself from natural calamities, how to protect himself from animals. So he had so many problems related to survival. So he did not have time, or he was not able to think about soul or concept, because in animism soul is the most important thing. Okay, they believe that soul is the important entity which is keeping the human being alive. But the early man was not even ready to think about soul, because his day-to-day life was not that easy to think, to go to philosophy. Now we are speaking philosophy. Now we are thinking about something because we have time. Our day-to-day work are becoming more easier and convenient because of science. But the initial stage was not that easy. So what Moret is saying is origin of religion is monotheistic and evolved to polytheistic. So one of the most important criticism is Moret. So Moret says that religion was not polytheistic to see. According to Taylor, polytheism came, then monotheism came. But Moret is saying that first monotheism came, only then polytheism came. So belief in soul is just one feature of religion. Not all religions are having this belief in soul system. Even this Buddhism, Jainism concept, if you see, you can understand this. Okay, one religion believes in soul, the other religion does not believe in soul. That is what is the concept. Religion compared to other features like rituals, morals, laws, values, etc. are not coming inside this evolutionary theory, and Taylor remains silent about other these features. He is just focusing on the concept of soul, not any other features. Next, psychological approach. See, this is very interesting and you are having some story here. Psychological or symbolic approach. When you see this term symbol, what type of religion comes in your mind? What is this totemism? So in totemism, a group will have a totem. A totem will be in either a plant or an animal. So what happens? Either a plant or animal is considered to be a totem. So they will protect that particular plant or animal. So what does this mean? What is the relationship between psychological or symbolic approach? So what happens? Taylor, okay, sorry, Sigmund Freud is believing in one concept. He is believing that in early human being, in the early stages, there was a person who was very strong. So what he did, he kept all women with himself for breeding, and whenever a male is born, he is sending them outside. So this is similar to this lion, how this pride of lion work. So what happened? There will be a head lion. So he only one pride in a pride, only one adult lion, male lion will be allowed. So what happens is that this lion will breed with all the lioness. Then what happens if the cubs are female and male, mixed? When one of the male lion, I mean, if there is any male lion, if it is, becoming adult, what happens? It has to fight with this lion, and then which lion wins will become the head of that pride, and the other lions are sent away. Okay, so this is the same thing, is the theory of Sigmund Freud. He is saying that the same thing happened. What happened? There was a person who was very strong. He kept all women for himself, and then the sons of on maturity were driven out of the group. Later what happened? Those driven out sons, the male part, what they are doing, they are forming a group, coming back, they are killing their father. Okay, so killing their father. So this is what is the theory of Sigmund Freud. So what is the relationship between this totem? What happened was, after killing the father, they all had a cannibalistic scene. What does cannibalism means? Human being eating another human being is called as cannibalism. So here there was a ritual occasion where the cannibalistic incident took place. That is, the sons killed their father and consumed the father. So what happens? This kind of cannibalistic scene is performed every ritual. How? Here they are not killing a human being inside, they are giving the symbol of totem to their father, the killed father. Fine. See here. So Freud believed that these early beliefs became transformed into worship or deity or God's model after father. Okay. So in form of totem meal. So there will be a totem. This totem is the symbol of their father. I mean, the father is that early man we are talking about. Okay. So what happened? They will have this periodical ritual. In that periodical ritual, they will kill the totem and consume, which is equivalent to the cannibalistic scene, which happened in the past, very past. Fine. Okay. Next. So now we saw about the theory. Okay. Thank you, Kiran. Thank you. Okay, we saw about the theory. So what is the criticism? So this interpretation of religion is not accepted by most scientists. See, this is very interesting to hear. So there was a person who had all women for himself. So what happened? The male were thrown out of the group. Later, they all planned together, conspired. They came back, killed the father. Everything is interesting. But will the scientist accept it? No, the scientist did not accept. Okay, they did not accept that it might be fancy, but it is not having a long lasting and powerful effect on beliefs and practices in adult life. Children are helpless and dependent on parents for many years. Therefore, they're unconsciously, without consciousness, they are viewing their parents as the most powerful people, and there is no chance that they might have killed their father. Okay, so when adults become out of control to them, then they may unconsciously revert to their childhood feelings of searching someone for someone powerful to fulfill vacuum created by displacement of parents. Then they may look to God's magic to do what they can do for themselves, just as they look their parents to take care. So what scientists are saying is that it is not possible for that to happen. Why? Because generally children are very vulnerable. So they believe in their father and mother. They have a feeling of protection during, feeling of protection with their father and mother. So what happens when they are becoming adult? They are becoming future when they feel helpless. So when they feel that the father and mother are not helping them, they are searching for some other powerful entity to help them. Then they go to an entity called as God. Okay, they are going to God. Then after going to God, they are asking God to help them. So they are seeing God in the place of parents. Okay. Functional approach. So two approaches we saw, evolutionary approach, and then we saw symbolic or psychological approach. Functional approach, the term itself is giving you the simple answer. What is the functional approach? So simply, the functions of religion is important. What is the functions of religion? First and foremost thing is social stability. How social stability? For a society to be strong, there should be certain rules and regulations. Do you all agree or not? See, for a society to be strong, you need certain rules and regulation. That rules and regulations are given by the religion. First and foremost function is social stability. Next is educational values like moral values, skills, knowledge, arts, etc. See, art form, most of the painting and literature is based on what? Religion. What is the theme? See, in art and culture, we used to study paintings, we used to study literature, all these concepts. What is the basic theme in almost all the form of art and culture? Religion, right? It can be Hinduism, it can be Islam, anything, Islam, Christianity, any type of religion it is. Next is economic cohesion. See, Strawberry and Islanders trade of necklaces and wrist shell bands. See, in this they perform it like a ritual, religious ritual, and it is also a part of economic cohesion. Leave all those things. I gave you an example of festival. During festival, how many shops, small shops, and how many small vendors are thriving. Okay, next is psychological functions, emotional stability, stress, strain management. See, emotional stability, stress, strain management, don't think about us. We are all we are all complex society. In simple society, what will the problem? You don't know why death occurs. You don't know if you will get food or not. You if you won't have a you have a question related to protection. What if some negative energy attacks you? So all these kind of doubts. So you have a question related to soul, shadow. You have a question related to darkness. What is in darkness? What if there is a superpower which is evil? Who will protect us from those things? So these kind of questions will arise. That time you get an emotional stability based on religion. You believe that some kind of God is protecting you. Okay? Yes. Emotional development. Other things like kinship ties, emotional bonding between relationship. What is this kinship types? So generally we have during festivals what happen? You invite people, invite your kins are nothing but relations. Okay, kins are nothing but relations. You invite your relations, you perform some ritual, you give them gifts. So what happens? They will give you this, they will do the same. So your bonds among the kins are very strong. Why the bonds among kins are very strong? You are living in a forest. So you have a group, you are belonging to a group. There is another group. So when there is a clash, who will come and support you? Your kins will come and support you. So you are strengthening your kinship ties. How? By using the religion as one of the important reason. Cultural cohesion. What is your identity? Integrity between mass, common purpose, satisfaction and unity. So what is your identity? If someone asks you what religion is a form of identity. I belong to this religion. I believe in this religion. It's a form of identity. You have an identity when you are belonging to a religion. And then how you are connecting with a group, this religion and other people who are belonging to the same religion form a small group. So what are the important functions? It gives you social stability, educational values, and then economic cohesion, psychological functions, emotional development, and then cultural cohesion. For all these things, religion is helping you. Okay, so functional approaches by Malinowski, we know that very well. So the functional believe that function, therefore, it is the important part that function is which is maintaining the society. Religion is one of the parts which function on its own and also its function in relation with other parts and institution. So religion acts like a bridge between an individual and the society. Fine. Both Malinowski and Robert Brown are functionalists. We'll see about functionalism in theories. So this names you should keep it in mind. Malinowski believed in individual needs which are fulfilled by culture and thereby society continues. So this individual needs, like most important concept is emotional stability. The thought that someone is there who will help you in crisis is the most important function of religion. Do you understand? See what will happen before you are going to write, you are writing an examination. You have studied well, you have prepared well, you have attended classes, you have a proper notes, everything is there. But still, when you are starting the examination, you are praying God, exam should be easy. Okay, the exam is easy only if you are preparing well. That's the truth. But still, our heart, our mind believes that there is some entity, there is some supernatural power which will favor you, right? So that kind of concept, if there is a proof today that there is no supernatural entity, what will happen? Many people confidence will break. Okay, they will have a fear in the mind. Okay, what will this negative thing happen? Who will save us from that particular negative thing? Or you are walking on a road at the night time in the darkness. So what happens? You pray some God in your mind and you are walking. So that emotional stability, that individual need is the most important thing which is making the religion so successful even today. And one more important truth I will tell you, the most economical functions of religion and rituals are performed based on two concepts. One is belief, the other one is fear. Which factor is very high today is fear. For example, I'll tell you one thing. Generally, I have seen people who do not consume non-veg, before going to examination. Like, if they are clearing this prelims, okay, so what they will decide is, okay, for mains I have 3 months, so this 3 months I will not, consume non-veg. This is what they will decide. So what will happen in these 3 months? There is one more reason if you are not consuming non-veg, is like, mostly non-veg have the risk of, food poisoning kind of concept. If not cooked well, or if not properly purchased, so all these issues are there. So that is one reason. But still you have in your mind that, okay, you are making a deal with that entity, God, the so-called entity. You are making a deal. Okay, I will not eat non-veg for 3 months. So what you will do is, you have a pity on me and you make me clear this examination. Okay, you're making a deal in your mind. So you haven't seen a person who's God, whom you believe as God. You haven't seen that power, but still you are believing that there is a power, and you are making a deal with that power that for 3 months I won't consume non-veg, so that you will help me in the examination. Okay, is this enough? No, you have to prepare well. Fine. Now there is a situation. In this 3 months, there is some day that you are so much craving for non-veg and you are consuming non-veg. So if you are a very strong believer, what will happen? One day of consuming non-veg will become a disturbance in your mind. Fear. You have you have broken a pact between you and God. What will happen? You will have a fear. That fear will counteract in your preparation. So your preparation process is getting disturbed. Finally, in exam, there is a possibility that you might not clear. Okay, so you are eating non-veg and you are not clearing. So what will happen? This is not coincidence. Obviously, this is not coincidence. This consuming of non-veg is creating some negative thought in your mind, which is disturbing your preparation process. So every time when you prepare, you are having a fear in your mind. What if I do not clear because of me consuming non-veg? I have broken this pact. I have broken this, promise. Finally, when you are not clearing this examination due to various reasons, that you do not prepare properly, maybe your strategy is wrong, maybe your practice was not enough, but still what you will connect with? You will connect with that one day of consuming non-veg. Next time you will try to not eat non-veg at any cost. Now do you understand the reason for the stability of religion? This is how this fear is maintained in the minds of many people. That is one of the most important success for religion in many places. Fine. Till you have fear in your mind, this belief system will be very strong. Fine. Okay. So that is what they are saying. Believed in individual needs which are fulfilled by culture and thereby society continues. Robert Brown believed that when social needs are fulfilled, individual needs are fulfilled and thereby society continues. Both are saying same. So what Malinowski is saying is individual needs are fulfilled, so the society is good. But what Robert Brown is saying, social needs are fulfilled, so the individual is good. It is just the reverse. Both are saying the same. Okay, here both the individual and social needs are fulfilled, especially when it comes to individual needs. Your mind, the questions in your mind and your fear is taken care of by religion, and when your personal problems are over, you are ready to link with the society, and the social needs like kinship protection and then maintaining the rituals, economical functions are all fulfilled. Okay, now do you understand why functionalist approach is one of the most important concept, and now do you understand what is this belief and fear concept which is making this religion more successful? Please do understand this fear is the most important reason of stability of any religion. The fear that if you don't follow a ritual, the fear that if you don't follow a rule, the God will not favor you is the most important concept that is making the religion so much flourishing. Even today, religion has become a political ideology, not just social ideology. Okay, fine. Next. Good evening, good evening. Many people are joining only now. Okay, yes, fine. Next. See this, the functionalist, this is just like a mind map. Functionalist perspective of religion. See what Malinowski is saying is, we'll start from, okay, what Malinowski is saying is, unlike Durkheim, he does not believe religion reflects the society as whole. See, Malinowski is not saying religion is the entire part of society. He's believing that religion deals with situation that cannot be predicted by people or controlled by people. That point of view, they believe in some supernatural power as God. For example, there is a thunderstorm. Okay, when there is a thunderstorm, initially in simple societies or in early man period, they don't know why thunderstorm is coming. They don't know why that sound is so strong, why that light is very strong, and they started fearing it, and then they left it to a powerful entity called as God. So what that is what he's saying. Religion helps people deal with situation that they cannot control, which is not in the control of people, is in religion. Once you find out what is that, it goes into science. Now we all know why thunderstorm occurs. Now we all know why lightning occurs. It is because of the charged particles coming in contact. That time you will have this lightning and thunder. So lightning and thunder both are same. Since the speed of light is higher than the speed of sound, you can see the light first and then you will hear the sound later. That is, this is all science. But you still have religion which is speaking about thunderstorm as one of the important form of God, Varuna, okay, all these concepts. Religious rituals help in manage social disruption. Whatever we saw just now, that is what is the thing. This is the Malinowski's concept. What Emily Durkheim is saying. He studied totemism. We all know about totemism. So he's saying that religion is the symbols of society. He's talking about symbolism, symbol of society, and it acts as a conservative force. And it is he's saying religion as the whole representation of society. What Parsons say? Main function of religion is the maintenance of social order. I told you already. Rules and regulations. You just see you just see religion. How many rules and regulations you have? Non-veg consumption, veg consumption, related rules and regulation. It depends upon different religion. In certain religion, non-veg is considered sacred. In certain religion, non-veg is considered profane. Profane is not sacred. That's all. Okay, and then related to monogamy, polygamy related, related rules and regulations. How you should treat poor. Even many religion is giving the rules and regulations for political administration, right? So, maintenance of social order is one of the most important function of religion according to Parson. It promotes value consensus, it helps maintain order, and it makes the sense of contradictory events. So these are all different functions. So what Malinowski is saying that religion helps in fulfilling the individual needs. Durkheim is saying that religion is the symbol of society. Parson is saying that religion maintains social order. All these three are the important functions of religion. But what is the criticism is, okay, Parson is saying religion can maintain social order. But today you know very well how many violences, major important concept, communalism. Communalism is violence in name of religion is communalism. Okay, different communities involving in violence. What is the major reason for communalism? Religion. Then how can you say religion is maintaining social order? First question. Second, it ignores the role religion can play in social change. Many times, religion is becoming a hindrance in terms of social change. So, especially in terms of modernization concepts. Religion acts in between. We know the very famous conflicts between science and religion. First and foremost thing, when evolution came, when Charles Darwin said that human beings are evolved from different creatures, there is a high possibility that human beings came from apes. Who opposed it? Church opposed it, right? Secularism means religion has declining functions. There is a concept of secularism which is successful in many societies. Without religion, even India you can take as an important example. Without, here what happens? Generally, what Parson is saying, religion maintains social order. But here, the constitution is maintaining religion itself. Fine. So how can you give religion so much importance based on this function? That is the criticism. Cognitive approach, finally, most important, cognitive approach. So cognitive is based on your, brain, how it is assessing the situation, decision making, all these things. So what happens? First and foremost thing is religion relieves stress, strain, relationship, fear, anxiety, all these concepts, and then it helps in social unity, and then psychological control like sin and social control concept, moral code of control. Masai tribe, they have this moral code of control, punishment from divine authority, enculturation, all stages of culture, social order, all these things. And it helps in distress management. See, you can ask me, ma'am, this and functional approach look same. See, here I'm talking about one most important culture, most important function, that is related to mind. But in functional approach, I spoke about mind, I spoke about family, I spoke about kinship, I spoke about economy, I spoke about political order. Here, cognitive approaches, they are only approaching related to the brain of human being. What are all the psychological needs of human beings? That what religion does, only that they have given here. Okay, life skill, and then health complications. Okay, and then death of close skin, religious duty, vow making, and archery in Bill tribes. All these things are very important in cognitive approach. Fine. So till now we saw the anthropological approaches. I'm repeating. First, evolutionary approach. Wait, I'll write it in a different screen so that you will properly understand. First is evolutionary approach. There came Taylor, E.B. Taylor. Second came psychological or symbolic approach, Sigmund Freud. Then came functional approach, Malinowski and Robert Brown. Finally, you have cognitive approach. These are the four types of approaches. Wherever you have, different anthropologists, make sure you write that. Okay, fine. Next, magico-religious functionaries. So who are these people? These people are called as religious practitioner or intermediaries between man and supernatural beings. The supernatural being can be God, devil, soul, ghost, anything. It depends upon what functionary we are going to see. Fine. So who are these functionaries? Magico-religious functionaries are, these are people, human beings. These are human beings who practice religion or act like an intermediary between man and supernatural beings. These people you have seen in movies. Sometimes you go to temple, you go to church, you go to masjid, any place. So in that place you will see all these people. First we will see one by one. Okay, so the main work of these people is they are messengers. They act like messengers. They give you a message to God. Okay. First is shaman. Who is shaman? So he is a religious practitioner, but he is not a part of organized religion. Generally, the organized religion like Hinduism, Islamism, you won't see this person shaman. We have someone called as priest. That is different. Mostly the shaman is a person who's not a part of organized religion, who deliver drive out spirit or demon from the body, like exorcist, kind of exorcist. But here exorcist means you believe that someone is possessed by ghost. But in terms of shaman, what happened? Someone is ill, sick, some problem is in their mind, in their body or mind, either body or mind, and it is believed to be because of some supernatural power, negative supernatural power. Okay, this person shaman will drive out that spirit or demon from the people's mind, people's body or mind, so that the people will get better. That is the function of this shaman. So part-time intermediary, he is not like always inside that, he is a part-time, he'll be doing, he'll have a very normal life, and he will also do this thing. He also heals illness and is called medicine man. In many places he is called as medicine man. He employs definitions to seek the cause of illness and magic to cure illness. Like, sometimes what happened, there will be a child, so that child will be sick, some digestive issue or something. Okay, but what happens, this shaman will give a reason for this child to be sick, like, it consumed food at this time. This time is, spirit, this particular spirit time, that spirit has possessed that child, or that spirit is disturbing the child, kind of reason he will give, and he will give a cure also. So his cure will be like something like, ginger, turmeric, something which is actually having medicinal power, but he consciously or unconsciously he gives that. Okay, so when the child consumes, the child will be feeling relieved, and everyone believes that, okay, this person, what the shaman is saying is true. Finally, what you want relief, that is given by the shaman. So what happens, this is the concept. So this shaman will give a reason for the sickness, he will also give solution. Mostly it works, sometimes it won't work, because shaman might consciously, might intentionally give you some medicine, or unintentionally he also is giving. Okay, it sometimes it comes by enculturation. His father would have been a shaman, his grandfather would have been a shaman. They are giving, for this problem, for this kind of problem you should give ginger, for this kind of problem give turmeric, for this kind of problem give neem. So they have said that this will drive away the sickness. They did not say the reason. That is also there in many things. But what happens is, in terms of organized religion, people go to hospitals, not to shamans. Usually, we most of the people who are watching this class might be from an organized religion. Even though you are from a very organized and powerful religion, when you are not feeling well, you go to doctor, not to a shaman. But in a tribal and peasant societies, they don't know about the scientific technology, so they believe in shaman and they go to that person, sometimes who is also called as medicine man. Okay, so shaman has spirit helpers or guardian spirit. Spirit helpers or guardian spirit, like what happens is that he will call someone for help, spiritual power for help, for his clan or for his group. Everyone cannot become a shaman. Particular family will become a shaman, or a person who's having certain quality will become a shaman. It depends. Okay, based on the time of birth, it depends on different reasons in different groups. So what happened? He will have a spirit helper. He will call that spirit helper, and that spirit helper will help relieving the illness. Okay, this is anthropology. Anthropology, Venkatrao. Fine. This is what is interesting in this concept. The shamans tell the supernatural being what to do. So, case study, spirit surgery, very important. In Philippines, in terms of Luma tribes, they believe that the surgery is performed by the spirit. Okay, and they cure, it's not curve, cure stomach pain by shamans. Okay, so in terms of Lumad tribes in Philippines, they believe that the shaman calls the spirits, and the spirit go into the person and perform the surgery So the person is cured from stomach pain. Do you understand? This is what is shaman. I'm repeating about shaman. Very, very, very important religious functionaries, religious medico functionaries. So what is shaman? Mostly he will not be belonging to any organized religion, mostly some unorganized religion. So he is believed to drive out the spirit or demon from human body. So what happens is that it is believed in many societies that when a person is ill, it is because of some evil power. Okay. So what shaman will do, he will give the reason why that person is sick, and he will also give cure. Mostly this cure will be having some medical reasons, but the shaman will intentionally or unintentionally will give that. Okay, he will also have a guardian spirit, okay, like some supernatural power which will help him, a spirit which will help him to solve the issues. So for one of the most important case study is this in Philippines. In terms of Lumo tribes, you can see the people believing that shaman is calling some spirit, that spirit is going and doing surgery in the people, so the people are getting cured from stomach pain. Okay, so this belief system is there in many places. So since he is curing medical issues, he is called as medicine man in many cultures. Next is priest. Mostly that's what I told you. Shaman is belonging to unorganized religion, but priest belongs to a organized religion. Mostly full-time practitioner. Like they are seen as an intermediary between God and man, full-time practitioner. Mostly they can be only from certain society. It can be called as caste or clan or family. That particular person only can become priest. Okay. Mostly full-time practitioner, and they are called as intermediaries between God and individual. He upholds sacred laws. He only decides what is sacred and profane. What is the traditional rules? He interprets religious texts or stories like Vedas. For example, you have a doubt. You're going to construct, leave that construction, examination. I'm going to the most known, part, UPSC examination. When you're revealing in your family that you want to prepare for UPSC examination, if your family is very religious, they will definitely go to that priest whom they think is very powerful and ask that priest, will my son or daughter clear? Can I make him study? What is the reason to prepare? What is the reason to clear the examination? Proper strategy and sincere hard work. Fine. So what will happen? Now this family will go and ask the priest. Priest will tell you, yes, this person will clear. Mostly priest will tell in the positive manner only. Okay, very rarely they say negative things, because when you hear positive things from people, you become happy and you give them more money. That is a very good thing that priest is saying. The priest will not know for sure that will you clear or not unless he knows you very well. He's saying, yes, your son or daughter will clear. Now the family is having 100% faith in you. They are ready to spend money to you. And you have a positive strategy and sincere hard work, you will clear the examination. Fine. This is what is religion. Religion gives you a positive push to do many things in life, right? For that, priest act as a functionary. This will happen or not. This happens in many families, I'm telling you. You can even go and check if your family is very religious. Not, I'm talking about not practical family who's living in a urban area, not, no. When you are from an orthodox family who's more religious in nature, this will definitely happen. Fine. So here there is an example. Manobo tribe, priest of Philippines, use music to raise religious spirit of masses. Very, very, very important. What is this? See, in South India, in Hinduism, not just Hinduism, mostly in villages, simple societies like villages, what will happen? They will have a musical instrument which will create a very strong sound. Okay, so when the strong sound arises, what will happen? The people, there are certain people who believe very strongly in God, and who also believe that the god occupies their body. That's not true. That's a psychological, part, not the real part. Psychologically, they have a strong belief that God will take over their body, and they start giving, statements like this family is in trouble, this family is going to flourish, rain will come for this village. These kind of statements they will give. So how this is done is the music. Okay, very simple. You all know, you have we recently celebrated ARR's birthday, AR Rahman's birthday. Vande Matram by AR Rahman. When you listen, you'll have that, that great feeling, right? Music has that power. Many places, the priests use music as one of the most important tool to bring that feeling of religious spirit among the masses. Okay, they start shouting, they start saying some terms repeatedly, and then they start singing some music songs. uh, Almost in every religion this is there. They use a peculiar musical instrument which triggers that feeling of spiritualness in the people's mind. All these things happen by the spirit. They do not employ spirit, nor they possess any personal power. In shaman, what we saw, they in shaman we did not speak about god at all, we spoke about spirits. But here the priest will only interact with god, not spirits. Here the priest will not talk about spirit. Here the priest will not talk about any other power and all. Here he is speaking about god only. They are submissive to their superpower god or divine entity and pray for help. Like Catholic father, sister, in Hindu priest, you go to temple priest, all these come under the concept of priest. Next, medium, very, very important. Mostly female religious part-time practitioners, mostly female, okay, who are asked by people to communicate with divine when they are in trance state. What is this trance state? Is a state which is beyond normal. Okay, a psychological state where you are where it is believed in different forms, like you move out of your body, or someone else possesses your body, or you have a two different mindset. That is the trance state. So what happens here, mostly this is used in terms of interacting with ghost, and then asking data, all these concepts. See here, they describe having tremors, conversions, temporary amnesia. So when they are going to translate, they'll speak something. When they are coming, they won't remember what they spoke. Where am I? What did I tell you? Kind of questions they will ask. Case study, Virgin Goddess statue, Devi. Okay. So in Vasava tribe in Gujarat, most important, see, you will understand all these concepts. But if you are not writing the examples, you will not score good mark at all. So translate is a keyword. Virgin goddess statue example. In Vasava tribe in Gujarat, during worst drought, they asked for redemption to Virgin goddess to relieve their suffering. They asked this Virgin goddess to relieve their suffering. Virgin goddesses choose based on birth data, like time. Okay, so mostly based on time and day, the virgin goddess will be selected. So that girl will be chosen as a virgin god of that village. She'll be done puja to, and then it depends. In some places, till the girl attains puberty, she'll be treated as a virgin goddess. Then they will go to some other baby, some other girl child. Okay, mostly female is chosen. Okay, sorcery and witchcraft. Sorcery and witchcraft, usually we see it in the form of black magic. They perform similar functions as shaman, but here what they can do is they can manipulate. They are said to manipulate the magic, soul, spirit, etc. Manipulators, they can control and they can ask the soul to do whatever they want. Okay, negative effect like illness, injury, death are invoked by them. Sometimes they say that what to say, they'll perform with something with lemon or some metal, and they will tell you that bring that person's hair, dress or something. They will perform some magic. So what will happen, parallelly that person will be either dead or they will have illness or something. It is believed that the sorcerer or which can create harm to a person whom you want to. Okay, they use they use objects and sacrifice to achieve whatever they want. Bloodthirsty ritual. Mostly they use this, blood object shaped like enemy. They'll be having this structure doll, and they designate the doll to be that man enemy, and they'll spill blood on that particular doll, so that, and then they will prick with no, it depends, various rituals, pricking with needles, cutting the hand or leg, so that the same thing will happen in that person. All these things, it is done. Blood of cattle is used in ritual. Okay, but blood of cattle is used in ritual sometime. Okay, yes. Magic, religion, and science. See, these are interesting thing. You whatever we saw, priest, shaman, and then we saw about medium, and then we saw about witchcraft. All these. So magic, religion, science, very very important concept, because many people confuse between magic, religion, and science. What is that? What is magic? Magic is belief to supernatural power. Belief to compelling supernatural power to act good or bad is called as magic. You can control a supernatural power to do good thing or bad thing is called as magic. What is religion? In religion, you believe that the supernatural power is beyond the control of human beings. So in magic, you believe that you can bend the supernatural power, you can control the supernatural power. In religion, you believe that superpower is there and that is beyond human control. What is science? In science, we investigate natural forces which is believed as supernatural power and the other two concepts. But in religion, we go and examine the examine the so-called supernatural power, and understand that they are natural forces, not supernatural powers, and they can be studied well, and they can be even controlled with proper scientific technology. Okay, that is called as science. Do you understand the three most important thing? Good evening, Ranjit. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm giving the most important difference. Magic is the belief that you can control a supernatural power. Religion is a belief that there is a supernatural power and it is beyond the control of human being. And science is something you examine that power and you understand it is a natural force, and you also understand that it can be properly studied using observation and experiments, and even if properly studied can be controlled also in terms of science. Flood was once a very big natural calamity. It was even believed that it was due to some anger of God. In some places it is believed that this even curse of some witch or something. But in science we know very well that if you are doing proper irrigation, if you are doing proper channelizing of water, flood can be controlled. Flood control mechanism we do have. So that is the difference between magic, religion, and science. So just keep flood as an example. Magic is believing that flood can be created by curse. Religion is believing that flood is beyond the control of human beings, because you have not satisfied a God's demand, and the God is angry. Science is believing that flood is a natural force which can be controlled. It is because of sudden increase in the rainfall or sudden melting of glacier. So it can be controlled by construction of dams or by redirecting the water for irrigation. All these concepts. Fine. So take one proper example. Your examples can be simple, but it should be relevant. It's not like you should write a very big example. Simply take flood as an example. You can explain all these three things. Fine. Magic, religion, and science. Okay, so magic is believe in impersonal force like godly spirits, wind power. Religion is in personal super being like Jesus in Christianity, all these things. Imperson means they don't have the structure of a human being. Religion, you mostly believe in someone who is having a form of a human being's appearance. Science is having proven theories and possible instances. Evidence is everything in science. Okay. So this is the difference between magic and religion. usually in magic, very, very important, because you will get questions, difference between magic and religion, difference between magic and science, difference between religion, science kind of questions will come. So that is what I am discussing here. Okay, fine. So what is the difference between magic and religion? Usually in magic you have, rites, spells, rituals, all these things. But in religion, you have prayers and rituals. You have prayers. Rituals are the customs we follow, okay? Pujas we do, all these things. Their rituals are different. In magic, rituals are different, okay? Here in magic, you try to control the supernatural power, but here we believe that human beings are submissive to supernatural power. We can only request the supernatural power, we cannot order the supernatural power. Here serves benevolent, malevolent, and terrifying ends without verification. Here, serves mostly in religion, you have the positive end. You don't portray God as a negative character. We always portray God as a person who is having unlimited love, who takes care of everyone irrespective of whatever you do, who is responsible for protecting this entire universe, all these concepts. Benevolent is someone very good. But in terms of magic, you have a good spirit, you have a bad spirit. Sometimes if the even the person, the so-called magician, even loses control and dies. These kind of belief system is there in magic. Types homeopathic, uh, like products, no effect, white magic, black magic, all these things. Here you have monotheism, polytheism, animism, animatism. These are the types of religion. Contagion, once in contact, always in contact. Protective, safety, productive, wealth producing rituals are there. You know, you perform this, you will get more wealth. For example, there will be a person, he will give you a metal plate. He will tell you, go and tie this before your house. Okay, the entrance of house will be there, you tie here. So what happened? You will get more money. Kind of belief system are there. Okay, destructive. You don't like a person. Okay, so what you do is you go to a witch and ask for illness, death, etc. Sometimes what will happen is even two villages will be in conflict. Okay, neighboring villages, village number 1, village number 2. Village number 2 is having enmity with village number 1, so they will have a personal, personal witch or wizard. It depends witch or wizard. Witch is female form, wizard is male form, that's all. What they will ask is, they will ask this person to perform ritual so that flood comes, or some mass disease attacks, kind of things are also performed, destructive. Okay, yes. Contagion means, contagion is simple, very simple. For example, there is a spirit. Okay, so what happens, there's a magician, he will perform so much ritual, like very simple, like you know this meditation, in terms of many stories, there will be a king or there will be a magician who will sit for 10 years and completely be in meditation, and finally that spirit will appear and the spirit will tell you that hereafter I will do whatever you say. So one time when they achieve, that spirit will be helping them throughout their life. That is called as contagion. Once you are in contact, always in contact. It can be both positive and negative. Sometimes your mother will say that when you are walking in night time or when you are walking in some places, do not stamp on old cloths. Do not stamp on this lemon. Okay, do not stamp on this lemon. So why they say that is, they believe that that lemon is possessing that some power, and when you are stamping on that lemon, you will catch that negative energy and it will, disturb your life. This is what is contagion. Something like virus, something like bacteria. Okay, virus. See, actually, what is the reason is, when you are walking, not today, in olden days, you did not have slippers. So when you are walking on road, generally when you are walking on a path, what happens is that you are in a bare leg, bare feet. So bare feet is very much vulnerable for viruses and bacteria. So what will happen when you are walking on the road? Someone might have spit on the road, some blood particles might be there on the road. Okay, something is there. So when you are stamping on them, what will happen? There is a possibility of infection. So when that infection occurs, throughout their life, they will have that particular disease. That is what is contagion. But will you listen to all these scientific reason? But simply when I tell you, don't stamp on that lemon is possessing an evil spirit, so that evil spirit will disturb you throughout your life. Will you listen to this or will you listen to science? Obviously, you will listen to this magical functions. That is what is I'm talking about. Okay, the fear, which fear is very strong, will make you do things. Fine. So that is what is this example. Fine. Next, science, observation, calculation, proven facts. There you have rituals, you have prayers, you have all these spells, rites. Here, observation, calculation, evidence. These three are the most important things. And then you have to do experiments to prove or disapprove things. For both proving and disapproving, you have to perform experiments. Here, you what you call as experiments is what they call it rituals. Fine. Rational proof-based conclusion with evidence verification. See, generally when you're going to a priest, the priest will tell you, give 100 rupees to God. The God will save you. You will ask why. See, God is so powerful. Why should you give 100 rupees to God? You ask the priest. Can priest answer? No, he will say, if you are talking like this, God will get angry, will be the answer. But here, when you are saying that, use NaCl in your food. Fine. Science says this. You are asking why should I use NaCl? Because sodium is one of the important mineral which is required for the neuron in neuron. Okay, so when there is a transfer of ions, only then you have this sense. Okay, how that is how nerves work. You have a proper explanation in science, but in religion mostly you won't get a proper explanation. You can keep on asking questions and finally you won't have questions. You won't have the proper answer. At end your mouth will be shut by people, but you don't have an evidence. Okay, yes. See, white magic is, see, white and black. I'll tell you, this is the base of racism. Okay, the most important base of racism is white magic, black magic. Who would have kept name for this? White magic, black magic. Obviously, Europeans. Fine. What is white magic? When the result is good, benevolent, white magic. What is black magic? When the result is negative. You kill someone, you create illness in someone using magic. You call it as black magic. You create wellness for yourself. You are curing yourself, or you are getting wealth for yourself. You're doing something to study well. You tie a rope in your hand, you will clear this examination. White magic. You tie a rope in someone's hand so that they won't clear the examination. It is black magic. Very simple. Okay. See, there is no proof for all these magics, but these magics exist. These belief system exist. That is what we are writing in anthropology. Okay. Yes. Clear now, Shruti? Fine. Next, types: physics, biology, chemistry. Science, science is a very big branch. Physics, biology, chemistry. You have, so many engineering subjects, electronics, electricals, mechanical. You have so many things in science. One most important example, Newton's law of force, Newton's law of thermodynamics, all these things. Okay? Yes. See, simple. You can give examples also. Newton law of force. What is the third law? We know very well. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That is when you throw a ball on the wall, it comes back to you. Okay. The same way, the belief system in religion, what is there in magic, what is the belief system, all these things you can write. One interesting example, you could have watched in movies also. Movies sometimes give you the real time examples. Okay. Religion and science, most important, mostly asked questions. Theory that fills gaps of unexpected things by science is religion actually. In science, certain things are not answered even today. We know how a baby is formed. Okay, so what happens? Sperm and ovum should combine. So we know the reproductive system. So the human female is having a womb. uterus, so you have endometrium. So in the fallopian tube the fertilization takes place. After a certain time the zygote rolls down to the uterus, it sticks to the endometrium, so it grows for certain weeks. It has placenta through which the food is sent. All these questions are answered, but still we don't know answer to many questions, like how successful is this so complex form of human production. How is this happening? Okay, so we are developing in science. Initially we were not able to have in vitro fertilization, so that time the rituals were more believed, go and walk around neem and people tree. Whenever it is together, when you walk around it and come, you will get baby, or you do this ritual, you will get conceived. All these kind of belief system was there. Then came in vitro fertilization. But even though we have in vitro fertilization, there are certain questions which are not answered. Cancer, we know what is the treatment, we know, but why cancer is formed? Many reasons are there, mutation, and then we have so many reasons. Genetic is one of the important reasons for cancer. But there are so many questions unanswered by science also, which is even today filled by religion. Okay, science is always a place, which is to be explored. It is like universe. It is keep on expanding till it is completely, we can't say it is completely expanded, till that religion will definitely exist. Okay, how life term is termed only in earth, that is one important question. We know that life is successful on earth, why it is not available in other places? All these kind of questions are there. Explains unexplainable sorrows. Okay, miscarriage, illness, accidental death, random luck, random misfortunes, like you are playing a game, gambling, why some people are winning, why some people are losing. So all these kind of random luck, random misfortunes are all explained by religion but not by science. Give simplest form of explanation to daily quest and gives purpose to life. Daily what you are doing. Okay, so for example, simple, that is a keyword here. See this term, simplest form of explanation. See, daily morning you wake up, you take bath and eat. This is what science also accept, religion also accept. Why this is science accepting? Because it is a very important form of hygiene. So when you wake up in the morning, you most people take bath in the night time when they come to home, but many don't. So when you come from outside, you just change your dress and you go and sleep. And morning when you wake up, you brush your teeth and you take bath so that your body is more hygienic. So when you consume food, you can avoid so much diseases. Okay, in religion what they say, it is more sacred. You take bath, you pray God and eat. Okay, religion is also saying this, science is also saying this, but science is giving a very complex explanation why you should do this, but religion is giving a very simple explanation. When you do this, you will be happy in life. That's all religion's explanation. But science is giving a very complex explanation, so many people are not fond of accepting the explanation of science. Instead they go to the science side of religion, because it is very simple and it is very easy to follow, and it is very more consistent than science. The fear that God will punish you is more powerful than you will get disease. Do you understand? The fear that God will punish you and He will take away all your fortunes is more powerful than you might get this kind of infection. So which is powerful? Which people will tend to believe? Obviously the religious part. So that is what is the success of religion. Life after very uncomfortable victim of accidents or disease, easy to accept and easy to spread. Science you should keep, science and religion, which is very easy to spread. Religion, I told you already, fear is the basic thing. Till the fear exists, religion will be successful in propagating also. That is the concept. Religious beliefs are simple to understand and easy to spread, unlike science which is so complex and tough to spread. In sample crowd of any nation has more religious person than complete science guided person. You all know it very well. Very simple. You have this anti-vaccination campaign, flat earth societies. These people are who are completely against scientific evidences. They are not just scientific theories. Earth is having a sphere shape, is what science has proved. You even have pictures from the International Space Station. Still people are not ready to believe. Yes or no? If that is the case, but they are ready to believe God, who are who is an imagination, actually an imagination. You don't have a real proof that God exists. You say that someone has seen, you say that some place is there, you feel good. That is all different. Okay, but you don't have a proper proof that God exists. But still people are ready to believe that. But this side, the vaccination which we believe to be saving so many lives in this world, people are not ready to believe. So the belief system in religion is very strong and people are very much easily ready to believe, but the scientific part people are not ready to believe. What is the reason? One of the most important reason is enculturation. In your young age, which is taught first, science or religion? Someone tell me. You are born, so you are reaching an age of even before born, even before you are born, when you are in the stomach, it is believed that children can hear. Okay, so what they do, they start playing religious songs, but that will not impact in your mentality. Leave that. You are delivered to this world. Your mother and father is bringing you up. Your grandfather, grandmother will be there. Your relatives will be there. So first of all, which starts, science or religion? Obviously religion starts. Yes. See, the thing is, religion starts first, and that is the base in almost all the culture. So the strength of religion is very high compared to science in many societies. Okay. See, I'm telling you again, never ever answer like there is religion is the right thing or science is the right thing. Religion has its own function, science has its own function. You might have different belief systems. I have very different belief system. People have very different belief system. But do not mention that in your paper, do not project that in your paper, because religion has its own function, science has its function, which are both important for the maintenance of society. You are studying socio-cultural anthropology. Fine. For a society and for a culture to thrive, both religion, science, magic, everything is needed. The belief system is very important. Why human being is a very successful organism in this world is because we have all these social institutions. That is a major concept. Okay, fine. So religion and science are compatible. How? They deal with two separate aspects of human life. So one is subjectivity, next is objectivity. Subjectivity is you deal with a particular subject. Religion deals with meaning and morality. Objectivity is science deals with law of nature. They deal with two separate aspects of life. Now, most important concept. In monotheistic religion, what you can see, a belief in one universal God created the laws. Okay. Next, this just means accepting that there might be limits to scientific knowledge. Modern physics and Taoism. See, in Capras, Taoist physics, all these things. Some NRM based religion. I spoke about Scientology, aliens, all these things. Okay, where it is a combination of science and religion, all these concepts. Next, most important concept of ritual, myth and ritual. What is a myth? See, I'll tell you, the most important reason for success of human being are two things: gossip and myth. You can ask me, ma'am, what are you telling, ma'am? See, the most important reason for the success of human beings till today is myth and gossip. How? Fine. Gossip makes the news spread and it is creating more the groupism, it is binding more people. For example, I'm talking about a myth. Okay. You all know this concept of survival of fittest. Fine. First of all, we'll talk about myth. Very interesting. We talk about the survival of fittest concept. So, what is the survival of fittest? So, in nature, you have certain hurdles. So, in that hurdle, this is evolution. This is evolution, Darwinism. So, in that, we spoke about evolution already in class. So, what is survival of fittest is? So when there is hurdle in nature, which species survive that hurdle is called the fittest, and that species will thrive. That is what is survival of fittest. So in that concept, I will give you a proper example why human beings are being one of the fittest species in this world. Fine. So in that concept, I'm giving you an example, giving you a difference between two different organisms. One is deer, the other one is human. Deer can run fast, right? Yes. They are eating more healthy foods compared to human, not fast, very slow. See, you when you compare deer, you cannot even compare human being. We are not even eating healthy foods, junk food, so many different foods we are consuming. These two are the major things very much needed for survival. You know that very well because when a lion is chasing these two, deer have more probability of surviving than human beings. But still, how human beings are ruling world? Myth. How a deer can understand that the lion will kill it and it will start running. Yes. And how it will spread to the others? Lion is coming, run. That's all. But in human beings, what will happen? One human is seeing a lion killing other person. So what he is doing, he is going to their group and he is saying, I saw a lion across the river and that lion is so powerful. It is having two heads. It is having this very big, it is size of an elephant. He is saying it. This is nothing but myth. So what will happen? This human group will start avoiding that place at all. So what happens? They move away from lion and they go and settle in some other place where they don't have the fear of lion, or they have the skills to hunt the lion using their tools. So now do you understand how myth is helping humans to survive? Understand? So a man seeing a lion killing a deer or killing a man, he is creating a myth saying that lion is a very powerful animal. Even today you can see in many temples. Okay, in Hinduism you can see in many temples lion will be so big, very big lion, not from a normal size, or sometimes lion head and human body, sometimes lion head and horse body, different things you can see. These are all nothing but myths, mythological creatures. Okay, fine. Going into the definition, myth is a symbolic narrative of unknown origin, partly traditional, and relates to actual events and is especially associated with religious beliefs. What is myth? See, myth, when you are trying to take the origin of myth, you don't know. You never know where the myth originated. Okay, it might be mentioned in Vedas, but how in Vedas it plays, who started that myth, you never know. So, myth is a symbolic narrative of unknown origin. You never know who started that myth, but still it is partly traditional and it is having a relevant meaning also. So, this lion based myth is having a reason, having a part reason that the lion will kill a human being, but part of it, the appearance of lion is myth, it is not true. So partly traditional and relates to actual events and is especially associated with religious beliefs. Meaning, it involves specific account of god or superhuman involved in extraordinary events. Okay, mythology is the study of myth. Origin of word, myth originated from Greek word meaning mythos, meaning fiction, story, saying, etc. In contrast, logos where validity of truth can be argued and demonstrated. Okay, so myth is unquestioned validity. You cannot question a myth. Okay, you people don't question a myth. If you believe a myth, it means that you did not question the myth. If you question the myth, you will not start believing it. Okay, so that is what is about this myth. Next, ritual. What is the characteristics of myth? Myth exists in almost every society. Okay, it is universal. It exists in almost every society. Every society have their own way of myth. Okay, It's a basic constituent of human culture, one of the most important concept in human culture. It is one of the important reason for the survival of human culture also. For myth, you need so much imagination. Okay, there is so great variety of myths that it is very difficult to generalize about the nature of myth. Okay, so many varieties of myths based on appearance. Okay, there is a belief system that if you have 6 fingers in a hand, you are very lucky. Or there are so many myths, so many superstitious beliefs and myths. There is a high variety that you cannot generalize that this is the basic character nature of myth. A person myth reflects his or her self image. So what myth you are talking about is actually your character. What you believe is your character. Okay, yes. Girls come home late after 6 o'clock is wrong, and the character of the girl is questioned. So that is a very important myth. After 6 o'clock, if you are going outside, your character will be questioned. So who is believing in that myth is actually having a basic character of controlling girls. Patriarchy. That's all. See, when a girl is working and she has to be there till 8 a.m., what is the important concept here? The other people should protect her. Instead, they question her character. There are two reasons for this. Number one reason, the male counterparts in the work use their patriarchal mindset to question her character so that they can break her confidence. Number two, the family member, the male family member, whoever it can be, whoever is asking that question, it can be a father, brother, or a husband, is having a mentality that if she is earning, if she is staying outside and if she is earning, she might be economically independent and in future she might question us. She reduces the power of male in the family. So this is the basic reason, basic quality, basic character, but they are using the myth as a weapon. That's all. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, Ranjit, that is also moles lucky. Moles are lucky, and then this type of appearance are lucky. The teeth also, you have an extra tooth, it's luck. All these things. Glass object breaks in your home and it is inauspicious. Why glass? Why glass products are broken is inauspicious is when glass breaks, it leaves very small sharp particles and it may harm people. That is a basic reason. But still it is linked with the myth that it is inauspicious so that people tend to be more careful. That is the simple reason. Okay? Yes. Functions of myth. I told you already. Explanation of facts, natural or cultural. Example is myth about origin of corn in Abenaki, North American tribe. They have a myth related to the origin of corn. Justification of or validation. Okay, like Indonesia island about the origin of life on earth. They give a justification how life came on the earth. Description, it describes the people which whom they can ever see. Origin of world, we have never seen origin of world. Okay, in Hinduism there's an explanation for origin of world. In Christianity there is an explanation. In Islam there is an explanation. Jainism, Buddhism, everywhere you have an explanation for the origin of world. Why you need that? Because we never saw the origin of world. So the myth is explaining us, it is giving us a picture how this world is origin. Okay, so that is what is things. Pre-industrial society's myth. Healing and inspiration, and it deals with sacred and semi-divine beings. Ritual, see, ritual is very simple. Myth is a myth is a oral form. Ritual is a functional form. You start doing something is called as ritual. Performance of ceremonial as prescribed by tradition or sacerdotal. Peace, a priest will do that, is called as ritual. A performance of ceremonial part is called as ritual. Human is a ritual being. Striking parallel between his ritual and verbal behavior is very important. Okay, yes. Relationship between myth and ritual. Yes, the relationship between myth and ritual. Myth and ritual are central components of religious practices. We know that very well. See, God, existence of God itself is a myth. Why? Because we never know the origin of God. We never know the appearance of God. See, Lord Ganesha is said to have elephant head, right? In Christianity, Jesus Christ is believed that he come back alive even after killed. So these are all myths. So based on this myth, you perform certain rituals. How you are celebrating Christmas based on the birth. Okay, you are celebrating Ganapati festival. Okay, so all these things. Okay, Ganapati puja you are doing all these things. See, ritual is sacrifice is one of the ritual. Sacrifices you offer something to God. Either you throw it in fire or either you keep it before God and you believe that God consumes it is called as sacrifice. Ritual is you doing that for sacrifice is called as ritual. You performing that act is called as ritual. Okay. They're commonly united as parts of religion. It's religion. Most common approach to relationship between two is myth ritualistic theory. What is this myth ritualistic theory? According to this theory, myth does not stand by itself, but it is tied to a ritual. Do you understand? Myth does not stand. So there will be a ritual, and that ritual is having a reason. Mostly that reason is a myth. Fine. See, usually when a girl is attained puberty, she will be given certain foods. What foods she will be given? She'll be given gingerly oil, and she will be given gingerly oil is made from cesium, black cesium, rich in iron content. She'll be given eggs rich in iron and protein, sorry, mostly rich in protein. Fine. So these are all myths. When she is attaining puberty, she is given all these foods because they never know. But what is the real reason is they are rich in iron and protein. Do you understand? So that is what a myth is usually performed, usually tied with a ritual that is called as myth ritualistic theory. One developed from other theory is refused. Okay, next. Ritual from myth. E.B. Taylor. He is saying analogous to relationship between science and technology. Ritual is application of myth. Ritual is application of myth. That is what is E.B. Taylor's statement. Myth from ritual, primacy of ritual theory. So this is one of the important concept. William Robertson Smith. So he is saying that ancient religion and centrality of ritual and modern religion has centrality of doctrine. So in ancient religion, ritual is very important. Ancient religion, I'm talking about simple religions in many societies, all these things. But in terms of modern religion, doctrine is very important. What is that doctrine? Related to some God. Okay. What James Fraser is saying. See, we are talking about E.B. Taylor, and then we are talking about Robertson Smith, James Fraser. Myth emerges out of ritual during natural process of religious evolution in his uh, religious evolution. In his Golden Bough book, he discussed the evolution of science as magic. See how religion, how science evolves. First, magic came, that is rituals based on magic. Based on that, religion comes. From religion, science comes. Okay. Myth changes, but customs, ritual remains same. So myth and ritual is non-coexistence. Malinowski is saying that myth gives sanctions to ritual, but many cultural practices besides ritual have myths. So what Malinowski is saying is that, in myth ritualistic theory, we are saying that myth is not that powerful, ritual is powerful. Because of this ritual, myth exists. But what Malinowski is saying is myth does not need the support of ritual. It can exist even without rituals. Because in many societies, even without ritual, myths are available. Okay? Yes. So this is the mind map of religion. I will give you this in PDF. You can just see this and you can ask me any doubts if you have question in this mind map. Okay, I am giving you as a PDF. Whatever we saw till now, this is like a combined form of whatever we saw till now. Okay, yes. Next is most important concept, sacred and profane. What is this sacred and profane? Sacred things considered holy in belief system of culture, something holy. Okay, so that is called as sacred. Profane is normal, not sacred is called as profane. Fine. So sacred and profane things makes the religion. That is the Emily Durkheim's definition. Okay, sacred and profane things makes religion. Sacred things needs utmost care, diplomacy, formal to deal, and it's holy in religious belief. Fine. That is, to handle a sacred thing, you can't just use it just like that. Sendur. Fine. Cross symbol, and then you have crescent. So all these things are like sacred. You can't just handle it just like that. You have a place to keep them. You have a day to touch them. You should not touch this. You should not touch that. Or people, male female differences. Male can touch this, female cannot touch this. Who can handle this? So there are certain rules and regulations for handling sacred things. But for profane, you can handle with ease. There is no such rules and regulations for profane. Okay. And then like gas, holy water is sacred. Milk used for prayer purpose and also for cooking. The difference between, see, milk when use it for abhishek, it's considered profane. The same milk, sorry, it's considered sacred. That same milk you're using for cooking, it is profane. Yes, flowers also. You use it for puja, it's sacred. You keep it on your hair, profane. That's a simple thing. So sacred is holy, profane is not holy. It's not sacred. You can handle it with ease. So during acculturation, westernization, globalization, sacred things will become profane. What is this acculturation? One culture taking control of other culture is called as acculturation. Westernization is following Western culture. Globalization is every culture is open to everyone else. So what happened in these times? The sacred things will become profane. Like one strongly sacred god or valueless after dominant god or cultural influence. For example, we will be speaking about, in paper 2, we'll be speaking about impact of Hinduism on religions of tribe. So what happened before the impact of Hinduism? They had a god whom they believed to be very powerful. But when Hinduism started dominating these religions, the Hindu gods became more powerful among those tribes, and their gods were not that much, given importance like the earlier times. Like, profane, holy value religious purposes sacred, casual doing utilitarian purposes, profane. Like cow is sacred, goat is profane. See, in India we know very well the problem related to beef consumption. If it is asked in examination, there comes the most important concept of this sacred profane concept. Because cow is considered to be sacred, that problem arose. They did not say that you should not consume non-veg, they said that you should not eat beef. Why? Because cow is considered sacred, but goat was considered profane. So they did not have any issue related to consumption of goat. Okay. This is a basic difference. Sacred symbol, cross, profane symbol is like hashtag, asterisk, all these are profane. Sacred places like Kasi, Mecca, Medina, all these things, holy places. But profane places, market, industry, or office. Okay. Sacred objects like holy books, Bible, Gita, Quran, godly tools, puja utensils. But profane objects like weapons, utensils, novel books are profane. Novel books, your scientific books are profane. Sacred people like priest, sacred practitioner, all these, terms we saw, shaman, and then medium, all these people are considered sacred. But profane people, normal people, we are all like, profane people. Okay. Yes. Case study. Why Namami Gange project is very, very important is Ganges is given a national level importance because Ganges is first of all accepted as a sacred river. Okay, even though Ganges, why Ganges was given so much importance? Tell me. The northern Gangetic plain completely is flourishing because of Ganges. So Ganges is seen as a goddess because she is not just giving an emotional support, she is giving economical support. See, I'm talking she, personification of Ganges. Okay, what is this? Naturalism. So what happens is that in Namami Gange project, the Ganges is given more importance not just because of environmental reason, also because of religious reason. Okay, so and one more, the next Kerala Ayyappa Swami temple, entry of all women inside the temple, where men were considered sacred and women were considered profane and not allowed to enter. But now, after the court's verdict, both should be allowed is the case. Okay, yes. Criticism. W.E.H. Stanner, in his monograph on Aboriginal religion, introduced third category called as mundane. What is mundane? See, dualism is sacred, profane. Apart from sacred and profane, he is joining one more called as mundane. It is the opposition of sacred. What is this mundane is? Something inauspicious. Profane, you don't call it is inauspicious. Sacred is holy, profane is nothing. But mundane is not holy, not preferred kind of concepts. Okay. In the study of Aboriginal Australians, the opposition of sacred and profane has just found regular employment. Jack Goody criticized Durkheim's claim of universality of dichotomy of all religions, all cult. He says that many religions do not have this sacred profane concept at all. How can you say that sacred and profane is universal to all religions? That is the question of Jack Goody. Okay, Emily Durkheim is saying that sacred profane concept is universal for all religions. But Jack Goody is saying that in many religions, sacred and profane concept itself is not available. There is no words in their language which is translated into sacred profane concept. Okay, yes. Some Eastern religions like Buddhists disapprove of this dualism and preach middle way concept of religion, middle path in terms of Buddhism. In terms of Buddhism, we don't have this kind of sacred profane concept. Okay, yes, fine. So what we will do is, I'm going to arrange a special class. I will give you the time and date very soon, where we will discuss religion related previous year questions. Very important. Okay, religion related previous year questions are very important. Fine. Yes. So if there is any doubt, you can ask me. Non-coexistence. Can you give me the complete sentence? I don't understand which place you're asking about non-coexistence. Coexistence is existing together. Non-coexistence is not existing together. That is non-coexistence. Existing together means at the same time, same place is coexistence. They cannot exist in the same place or same time is called as non-coexistence. Okay? Yes. Any other doubts? You can ask me, guys, if you have any other doubts. See, guys, come to my special class. It's okay. Come to my special class. It will be very helpful to you because I want to discuss previous year questions. And please be attentive in class. Please follow all my classes. And special classes are free. Don't think you have to pay. Just download the Unacademy app. You can come to my special class and join my Telegram channel. I have given linked in this video description. That in that place, this uh, classes, whatever classes I'm creating, whatever strategies I'm creating, all are shared over there. Okay, so thank you so much. Today was a very good class again. If any doubts, I'm welcoming you to ask me in an academy platform or either in Telegram. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. And today at 9 p.m. I'll meet you again in Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel. For what, ma'am? I'm going to discuss about essay writing, just 20-minute session. In that 20-minute session, we will be discussing how you should prepare for essay. Okay, we are studying all these subjects, but you all believe that essay you will be writing just like that. But will that help? No, because there I will also tell you how anthropology will help you in terms of essay. Okay, so fine, I'll meet you again at 9 p.m. today. Bye bye, take care. Thank you so much.